Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, to a great game that is Bounty Train. I actually want to play Mafia 3 since that came out yesterday, but I have to show this to you before. I wanted to do it yesterday, but I didn't get around to do that. Had to go to the doctor. Actually, I'm reported in sick today, so if you hear my throat scratching, that's because of that. But without further ado, let me show you this game, which is about trains, obviously. It's also about a little bit of management of freight transport or passenger transport. I will not show you the tutorial, I will just explain that on the way. I will just hop into the game where you start. You get a little train. You will have to click on persons to talk to them at the train stations or in between. I will just click through the dialogue. If you want to read it, just pause the video. The story is basically your dad died. He owned a big share of a train company. He left all of his 5 siblings 11%, so together you have 55%. The aim of the story mode seems to be to get all your siblings together and get all the shares so that you can influence big decisions that are made by the company. In specifics, they want to build a road through the Indian territory. You don't want that, and to change that decision you need all the shares. But first you need to find your siblings, and that is basically the storyline so far. This is the interface at the train stations. You have your train. So far you have a very crappy basic locomotive, a passenger car for 2 passengers, and a freight car for, I think there's 5 crates actually, and a caboose for 2 crew members. I have 1 crew member so far, but normally at the first station there's someone that is willing to help you out. You can check those guys out, they will give you statistics and everything. But basically, to give you an overview, the game is mostly about managing where you go. You have different cities in the east of the US. You can go to all of them, but you have to unlock the tracks first. Once you've done that, you can take your train, load some coal into it, go to the city. On the way to the next city, some events might happen. You might get attacked, which will lead to a real-time strategy possible segment. You might meet someone on the way who is willing to join you or sell you some goods, and then you will end up in the next city where you can also visit some buildings. You can load freight, you can ask passengers where they want to go, they will give you money, and then you can take them there. That's for the overview. In the city you can, as told, talk to people, which we already did. The blue guys are always passengers, the white guys are story guys. I think Frank's not the guy, Jeremiah was the guy. Yeah, Walter Reed, here to talk about my father's will, and so on. He will tell you the thing that I told you with the 55% share and so on. So you click through the first dialogue and he will tell you it can take up to a decade to build that railroad, and I just want my money, but I cannot get it if I don't get the railroad built first. If I say forget all this, I'm leaving this country, you will get thrown out of the game, because then it's just quit. So here we are now basically, and now we can decide. You can click on the people and say, hello, my name is blah blah blah. They will tell you where they want to go, and they will give you money for it, and you can take them on board. Let's see, we have 2 people that want to go to New York. The green ones are employees. Oh, look, Ephraim. There's always one in the first station that wants to join you for free, so that you have someone. So we take him along, and as you can see, we have 2 crew members now. Taluf, oh, that's an Indian who wants to sell you sweetgrass. We just take one. Let's see what use it is for later. And we have a 3rd one who wants to go to New York. Wow. And on the right side you have the market, which basically shows you what everyone has to offer. And on the right side of this screen you have a view with all the stations that you already visited, which will show you the prices. So, what else do we have? We have City Hall. There's nothing more here. A post office. You can have a hospital that can cure your guys if they get wounded during combat. You can have a gun shop, which is self-explanatory. A boot shop. What else did I see? A pub did I see? Where I could get in touch with the criminals. And that is the part that I like most. You have the train depot where you have all the different wagons available to you. The problem is, as you can see down here in the train menu, you have a maximum speed for your train, you have the horsepower and the maximum weight limit. So if I would buy another passenger wagon, it would add another 10 tons to my train, which means I would sit at 93 tons and I wouldn't even be able to move that thing. So, tough luck with that. I will just keep it as it is here. I will take 2 passengers who want to go to New York. Even though I miss one, but buying an extra carriage just for Jesse would be a little bit, well, let's say not good management. And here we have the buy menu. If you buy some goods, you can see how much it weighs. And if that appears red, that would mean you would overextend your train capacity. For example, if I would take tools, I could only carry 4 of 5 stacks because that would exceed my train's horsepower limit. I will just take some oil barrels along because they seem rather cheap. I know that because I played a little bit already, so we might be able to sell that. 1000 credits left. You get the money from the passengers instantly. If you haul freight, you only get it when you sell it. Obviously. You can talk to the passengers, but they normally sleep if they don't. If they are not during combat. That's what I mean. So, quest done. Let's take the first trip. We go to Boston. Our people obviously want to go to New York, so we have to unlock this first. This one unlocks for free. The one to New York, where we need to go afterward, you need to pay for that. And as you can see, lots and lots of locks, so you need to make constant profit, and they are getting rather expensive later on if you want to unlock everything. So, and what do you do in the end? So far, we need to find our brothers, and to find them, you need to know where they are first. And I can tell you, they are basically like at all ends of the map. So you have a lot of money to pay just to get there, and when you drive somewhere, events might occur. Now we are lucky, nothing happens. You can be, for example, you normally get attacked by Indians in the north pretty regularly. And as you can see, nothing happened. We didn't arrive in New York yet. Let's see, who's this? Aha, he expects a message from Cleveland. See, it was Mary. Ah, we can ask Mary about Robert Reed. And she sends us to Utica. Red guys are basically criminals, but they also want to be transported. So let's see. Oil. You can sort it by distance, name, quantity, and so on. I normally prefer to sort it by distance these days. Normally I start with the sell price. Let's see, oil. Yeah, I make a profit of 145. That's something. I have no idea what New York wants. Ooh, weapons. steel seems to be pretty cheap. I will just take, and that is just me shooting in the making blind fire here. I need to. I'm just guessing what New York needs, and since New York is a big city, I guess steel might be a good choice. I might be totally wrong on that as well. I have no real basis here. Let's see. Medicine also seems to be pretty cheap, but I don't just want to load stuff up normally. But since it's cheap here anyway, I take those along. And now I could already, even if I have just 2 cities available to me, I could just try to make some money with goods. For example, I can take food, see if I can make profit of that, buy it for 9, sell it for 13 in Portland. But with 5 pieces I would only make 4, so $20 in total. That would be about the coal that I need to spend. We have no room for passengers anymore. There is not much more to do here. We can take a look at City Hall. Here's the bookshop, by the way, and the hospital. Let's just forward the time. And City Hall. City Hall also offers stuff that you can do. For example, haul cotton to New York, which would be good. Would give me $40 and attitude from the city. Or the supply route, which means 450, which is a lot for alcohol. That looks actually rather tempting. Let's see. Do they have alcohol in Boston? Boston. Alcohol 0. So that won't work, but I will still accept it. I have, how much time do I have? 22 days. That is okay. I will hope that in New York there will be alcohol. I will also take the New York quest by just simply selling 2 of those crates again, even though it means I lose $10, but still. So, they automatically gave me 2 stacks of cotton. Here they are. Now we have steel, cotton and medicine in the train. The train is good to go. Also a thing to notice, the amount of wagons or the quantity of wagons differs per station. So in the west you will find better locomotives and different wagons. For example, here we have the bigger freight wagon, which will cost you 1,000, weighs 12 tons, compared to this. Well, it weighs 30 because it's loaded, but if it's not loaded it should weigh less. It should weigh 10. So for 2 tons more on the train, you get way more stacks of stuff. And I will actually buy that wagon as soon as I can, because hauling more than 5 pieces of freight is very handy. I will do a quick save here, because I never know what happens. If I die, I can always reload, if you don't play in hardcore mode. Nothing happened again, okay. This is just because I want to show you combat. And as you can see, we got that quest completed. Money was sent to me automatically, already in front. So, and we need to talk to the clerk. Zack. There we got our $40. Let's see if we can transport something back to... Is it Buffalo or is it Boston? Ah, I have such a problem with the city names. He wants to go to Buffalo, that's over there. So I want Boston or Portland. Ah, there's alcohol to Utica. Okay, that also sounds pretty good. But we need to go back to New York and we need enough space to transport all that alcohol for our quest. But let's see, we have over 1,000 credits. Maybe we are lucky and they have the medium wagon here as well. They do. So we sell that one and we instantly get ourselves a big transport carriage, which means I can... Oh yeah, bank is for loaning, of course, hospital is for people, which means I can accept the alcohol to Utica, and I need to buy 5 alcohol for New York. And as you can see, right away we exceeded the train limit. What you can do in that situation, besides from buying a new train engine, which are always pretty expensive, is you can upgrade your engine in multiple ways. You can also upgrade every wagon for armor, for more durability, fireproofing. The cargo wagons you can update for smuggling capabilities. And for cargo slots? I didn't know you can do that. Oh, that is important to know. And the passenger wagons for armor, for durability and for fire resistance. So I've learned something. I can upgrade cargo slots. 4 more. That is very, very nice. So what I wanted to do with my 200 credits, I want to upgrade not the carriage durability, I want to upgrade the horsepower. 40 more, come on. And we are very lucky, look at that, 38.1 for the train. But let's see, what else do we get? He wants to go to Boston. That's where I want to go, right? Boston. Oh, so we can make some more profit off that. You can come along. Frederick. That's one of the guys who can join the crew, and I would take him. But not enough money. Let's see. He wants to go to Richmond. I will not go to Richmond. He doesn't want to talk to me. Wants to go to Boston as well, then hurry aboard. Cincinnati, I don't have a free seat. Oh, look at that. Medical paper. So let's see. He wants me to obtain 4 medical paper and deliver them to Cincinnati. You get 1,000 credits for that. But right now I don't have the cargo capacity, so no. And he wants to go to Philadelphia, but I'm not going there. You always have to be careful that you stick to your time limit, because if those run out, you will get a penalty and you will lose reputation. So far, alcohol to Utica and alcohol to New York, to Boston. So we are in New York, and right now Utica is where our first brother is, and he will tell you the locations of the others if you do a quest for him, of course. And we go back to Boston. It is very quiet today, nothing happens. That is nice. And we completed those quests. We have to talk to the clerk, I think. Yes, we supplied it with alcohol. Could go back to Buffalo, but we don't want to. And that is something. I could just sell all the pieces now for a big profit. The thing is, I can only sell 2. It doesn't warn you, the game. But if I would have sold all, I would have failed my delivery to Utica, because I would just have sold the freight, which sometimes might be okay, but the 480 penalty is a little bit too much at the moment. So no, that would not be a good idea. Let's see. We need to go to Utica and to meet the brother there. And here you can also see what happens in the game, what happened to me last night, to be precise. You basically end up just doing this, just doing that, just doing this, and suddenly it's 4 hours later or something like that. So, I unlock the track, we go to Utica. Normally you need to load coal, but I switched that to automatic mode, and there something happens. We got stopped by bandits. We can give them money. That would actually increase the attitude from them. We can try to outrun them, or we can just attack them straight away. The difference is, here you can just drive on. Here you try to run away, which we will do. And here you will stop your train and attack them. Which also means that all of them have the chance to come at you at once. But that needs a strong crew, because otherwise you won't have the chance to pick them off one by one. And that is the interface that you get during the train combat. Well, we can level up. I probably cannot do that now. Level ups as well for your characters. Inventory management, all that stuff. There's a lot more stuff in there than it appears to be. So, you can control your train once you have someone in the carriage. We will give it a little bit more power so that it doesn't stop like it does right away. And there comes the first bandit. You can always pause the combat a little bit like in FTL. And I make that comparison because you can also order your people around like you can do in FTL. On the top here you can see how much guys you have to kill or how far you have to get to survive. Normally I kill all the enemies before I survive, before I escape. The problem is the train doesn't drive itself, so you need to always have someone in there. The good thing is you can also order your passengers to shuffle coal into the train. You cannot control it when they do, but at least the train will not just run out of steam and stuff. That is something. You also have your characters on the bottom left, and they have special abilities, like the sniper shot and the pistol barrage, whatever it is. Also nice little touch when you move through the train, they all have visibility arcs where they can shoot out. Which is important later on when you have Gatling guns fixed in place for your train. Come on, do your sniper shot already. 7 damage, not a lot. You just saw a little clock here where the coupling is of the train. That basically means they try to dehook one of your train wagons. So now we need to change it a bit here so that they don't kill. F-frame. Yeah, there he tried it again. He wants to steal my wagon. This guy as well. You meanie. I'm not even sure if I can recover from that. Come on, kill him already. Good thing is they will not try to do that once you attack them. And it is already the last guy, so we just need to kill that guy and we can continue our voyage. So, you get a little bit of loot, a little bit of money, you get experience points. And now we arrive in Utica. We have no way to heal our crew. There is a carriage that can actually heal your people. Let's see, do we have it here? No, it's not available here, but it's pretty expensive. It costs 3,500. That's more than a lot of locomotives in the beginning. This is one of the long passenger wagons. You cannot carry more than 4 passengers in one wagon, by the way. This one is a pretty interesting one if you can decide, as it says in the text. If you can decide what to do, you can just take one that can carry cargo and passengers. Just one passenger, but still, it's a very nice thing, especially in the beginning or when you actually want to carry freight, but for a quest you often need a passenger seat. So, here we are. You can send your trains in repair, which is sometimes a mean thing to do once you have your locomotive on a 7-day repair break and suddenly your quest runs out of time and stuff like that. But so far they are okay. There is no hospital here, so I cannot heal them. So let me deliver my alcohol. And oh, yeah, the last thing I show you is, since we're in Civil War, North versus South, they all have either the American flag or the, what is it, Confederate flag? And that also changes where you can go, because they don't like you to either smuggle stuff, or sometimes they just stop you and offer you goods, or they offer you someone to join your crew. They might also stop you and force to hand over your contraband, which is not good. Or they say it's not allowed to transport steel through here, stuff like that. You have camps on the way where you can earn stuff. You have bandit camps, they also sell you stuff, and randomly they will just attack you to get to your stuff, like you just saw in that little sequence. They can be Indians, they can be bandits, and that was just the small start of the game. You will find yourself running from city to city, trying to make some profit, looking for the right stuff that your quest people want from you. For example, let's talk to our brother Robert and see what he wants. It's me, Walter, your brother. I can't believe it. You're supposed to be on the other side of the Atlantic. What are you doing here? And in the end, he basically says, Sister Pearl is in Washington. Samuel resides somewhere in the west of here. As for Michael, he's in the house. And he knows the addresses, but they are in his home in Washington. I can say I will take him there, so I will have him as a passenger. But that also means that I limit myself to one other passenger. And that means I can just take one along so far. So, still, when I got the quest done, he will give me the addresses of my other siblings. I can go there and I can see what I want. And I played the game for quite a while already. It's rather hard since it's not hard, it's hard to get out, let's say like that. You will end up trying to get there, but then you will get sidetracked and there's a lucrative quest who sends you somewhere else and you will go back and forth, and it's pretty hard to get from A to B in that game. Anyway, I hope I have given you a little overview over Bounty Train today. I really enjoy it. Let me show you how far I've gotten so far. That's my train so far. It doesn't really look that much bigger. I have a medium passenger carriage, I have a medium cargo carriage. I got myself a new locomotive. This one to be exact. No upgrades yet as far as I know. But I got myself a big caboose, which means I can have 5 people on my train, including Walter, that you cannot get rid of. I also have Noah, which is a black slave that fled from a city. I gave him a ride on my train so that he can escape his owners, and in return he offered me to join my crew, which I accepted gladly, and he's level 13, which is very high, higher than everyone else in my crew. As you can see, Michael is still with me. Let me not spoil you the quests so far. I have unlocked quite a bit already, but as you can see, large portions of the map are still not unlocked. Yes, so much to do, and everything under a time limit, because I think you only have 3 years or something like that, or 2, to get all the shares. I have 22 because I got the one from the first brother already, but nope, that guy still has the majority. So, thank you for watching this video, which has gotten pretty long by now already, and I just showed you the basics. Ah well, still, thank you for watching. Tell me if you give the game a go or if you enjoy the mix. One thing is, graphics look pretty nice. I like it, especially the details they put into the train, the little lamps, and oh yeah, Gatling. Little crate with a lamp, the seats, and especially the caboose. Get off there, I want to show that. With the bed there and the high stand. Well, the guns don't belong in there, but also nice to have them. The little stove and everything, it just looks great. I wish I could zoom the camera out a little bit more or turn it. I also wish I could just drive with the train from one city to the next without being in fight. But that's just me like trains. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. See you on the next video. Bye bye.